Okay, everybody. So, good afternoon. Now, I hope that I allowed you all enough time to go to your rooms and get stuff unpacked and get things settled in where you need to be. Okay? I interrupted you through the intercom that they have here to come down because today we're not going to start on the Aries class meetings until tomorrow in the afternoon. Okay? And we will just kind of do a little introduction into Aries in school. And with that, I'll allow you time to work on your Aries in My Life project tomorrow. So probably start that up, I'm thinking, on Tuesday. Okay? And I think from that point, we're going to be meeting every day until we need to leave back to Indianola. So this, I know it's a really, really big transformation for you. Um, to come here and with the new living place, and I know that it's a little bit tough in this basement, but this is the best and most empty space that we have. Okay? And we may change locations depending on a lot of the factors. But I just want you all to get acquainted with this space. Okay? So today I thought that I would just kind of walk you through a couple of rules and expectations for being down here. So, first of all, the first thing that I just want to let all of you know is not to get into too much. Okay, so just if you see something that is a chemical or something, leave it where it is unless you need to move it for your own purpose. I will try to find an alternative stand where I can set my the book down, and if I can't, then we'll just have to make do with what we have, because it's really, really difficult and it's really tough. But this is the situation for the couple of days. And I know that it's really, really inconvenient since we just started Aries class and we just got through the first section, but this is the way that it's just going to have to be. And I definitely want to take advantage because I don't know how much of a chunk that this will take out of Aries season that we're going to be here, but I want to utilize as much time as we can. Okay? So, now, here's what I'm going to tell you. So, there are cobwebs down here in the little ruggets, okay, in the little corners, and also maybe the ceiling and certain places around the corners in the ground. So I would try to not be getting into those because it's a really unpleasant feeling, and also mine will use step. I know that there was not a lot of room because of all the poles and all the junk down here, and I might even move locations. Okay? So I know that this is really compact and that you all kind of squeezed in tight, and what I may have you do is I may have just assigned standing places, so some of you can stand over by the stairwell or over by that little alcove cracking over there. We'll get it figured out, and I may move a couple of stuff around and space around for you to have the room. Okay? So again, I know it's really hectic and I know it's really crowded down here. So definitely make the best of it and get as comfortable as you can be. Okay? So doing I don't know how long this Aries in School section is going to be, but that will probably take up the most and majority of the time here. I really don't know how long we're going to be staying here, so we may do an extra section. Now, I may have you do several readings here, where you're going to be reading on your own, and then we're going to come back and discuss it. But I just think that because I don't have an LP's alone here, and I think that it would be just kind of annoying and tiring for me to be looking at the book and then having to just look at the information and then discuss with you. So what we may end up doing is that I'll just probably have you scan and preview the section, and then we'll really get into it, and I'll read it out loud to you, and we'll do the discussions that we did have during the first introduction section. Okay, since I don't have the materials and space that I had back in my other classroom in Indianola. So what's gonna happen is there's gonna probably be a changing of locations, and there'll probably be less meeting times, and things are definitely gonna switch around here, as I said. So a lot of the time is going to be work time on your Areas of My Life projects. Now, I might want to extend the due date. I'm a little bit into tourist season for your next project, okay? And I know that your Areas of My Life project may be a little bit of an involved thing, and this is a new setting, and so it might be more difficult for you to get it done and find the space and materials that you were accustomed to. So, because I don't know what you're doing for the different projects, and I may have to, because I don't have a board to organize things and organize my thoughts, and because I don't want to, have to pick up a paper and read off of that, I may do it, but maybe not. I think there's a good chance not. I will be making screencasts for you, and I will also be putting directions on my page on what to do for the individual different options. And what I may end up doing is I may not have it as open-ended, so I may have just several options for you. So essay writing, narrative writing, making a screencast file, or making a poster. So those might be the only things, okay? Now, because we're at Corning, and because your project due date is coming up, and the person that you chose, if it's some family member or friend close to you that may be in Indianola, I hope that you let them know that you are going to be here, and you're probably not going to have as much contact here as you did there. So that's another reason why I might extend the due date. But I'm really debating if I should, because you're going to have a lot of time here to kill. Not as much option. You're probably going to be bored out of your mind at some points, and so that is a really good time to get to work on that project, okay? So I may have several meetings where partially we read and we discuss, and then other meetings where I have you work on your project, and I may make that due on the 12th. And I may extend into a little bit of tourist season. So I think that we're kind of cutting it tight for the due dates of these two projects. Because Aries season only lasts about 30 days, and I'm wondering if, because I'm going to be wanting to check up on how each individually you are doing once I explain the rubric for the project in general, and also the specifics and criterias for your individual choices, if you should so choose to choose one of those options. So I may just have you do the Areas of My Life project. I may try to do the famous alien. I really do not know if I want to have you do two projects. Because I think that that is a little bit challenging and a little bit of a tough deadline to make. So, I might have to take off the famous alien, because I can do that one with my class next year, and like the famous alien, like the famous all the other signs. And I think that, I'm gonna keep with the always in my life. I think that's a good project, because what it does is it builds the character of you to really get into and share, get into your personal life, and really develops a deep understanding of astrology and how that ties into your real physical life and the individuals around you in that way. Um, okay, so that's why I'm keeping with that project, because I think that you'll benefit more out of it, and that there's some more important things dealing with on the always traits and characteristics and all the stuff that we're going to be talking about, rather than the famous alien. Okay, so that's why we're going to stick with that project. So, also, what I'm going to have you all do is, I just want to go around and see if you brought your copies with you of the book. So how many of you did that? So how many of you remember? Because if you didn't, then we'll have to find an alternative way for you to just show off someone else. So is that something that we all have? Excellent. Okay, that's just great that all of you have the copy of the book. Okay, so that's good. Okay, and I'll still be making Google Forms, and you can still go in and look at the resources page and watching all of the videos that I posted on my page as additional resources. Now, did any of you get the Edpuzzle of Aries with Secret Superpower and All About Aries with Michelle Knight? So how many of you did that? Okay, so I'm going to make that due on Wednesday. Okay, coming up this Wednesday, so you have 3 days to get it done. I might even make it on Tuesday. In fact, I think that I might, because you're going to have a lot of time here. So it'll be due Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Okay, does that sound fair with everybody? Okay, excellent. So I may make a list of several locations, okay? Just to make it varied for you, okay? And which one I may try it out, see which one works the best and is most comfortable for me to teach in, and comfortable for you all to learn in and stand or sit in, okay? It may be the living room, okay? Or it may be at the there's a room upstairs. It's like an art studio, and so that might be convenient. But I might just stick with the living room, because it gives you options for all chairs to sit in. So this is what I was thinking of when coming here. Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do now, I just want to bring you here to kind of set you up, and I'm just gonna give just a little flash tour of this downstairs basement. Okay, and it's smaller than ours. Okay, and it's more cluttered with stuff. Okay, so just kind of be mindful and cautious, and watch your head around where you're going, everything, when we're in here. If we're in here, okay? So, first meeting, I don't know, we'll probably be in the living room, actually. But even so, just take some time and look around, and just, kind of do a little scavenger hunt get used to your surroundings, okay? And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to just give a little tour of different vantage point for you. So, some of you will be standing over here. I might even have to move a couple of things so that some of you can stand over there, okay? So that's really what I'm going to be having to plan out and map out and situate. So, and plan. So there's a lot of the ceilings are very, very low. So again, mind the pipes and also mind the cobwebs down here. And what happens is in the summertime, that's when there's the most cobwebs. Okay, so it's springtime right now, and there was some, but not very many right now. So I think that you might have it easier. So that's just what I wanted to introduce you to. Okay, and we may even go over there. Okay, I really don't know. But thank you very much for taking the time and effort to come down here today. Okay, I appreciate it.